You want to begin to get all the toxic people out of your life.
The people you hang around with will suck the fucking life out of you.
Energy drainers, get them out of your life.
You got to hang out with the people who you want to be like the most.
Yeah, people will definitely drag you down.
They'll drag you down.
Take a look at the people that are around you. And if they're not on the side of what's good for you, then walk away.
It takes a lot of energy to reach your goal. It takes a lot of emotional, mental, and spiritual energy to reach your goal. And you can run faster with 100 who want to go than with one around your neck.
Your friends that you think are your homies right now are going to be the people that are likely going to pull you off course. And you know why? Because they're not on the same path that you're on. This is something that most people can never get over, and this is why most people are most people, and why most people never achieve the things that they want to achieve.
You have to learn, what do you want in your life? We have so much influence coming at us that we are so lost. We don't know what we want to do because we don't spend enough time with ourselves. You have to learn to shut off a phone, shut off a computer, shut off a TV. And it's okay to sit in a room by yourself in a chair and just think about you, where I want to be, where do I see myself tomorrow, the next year from that. It takes a lot of self-discipline to be able to do that nowadays, because you want to be so attached to everything. You want to be so caught up with the world. The world's moving so fast that you're trying to keep up to the point where you lose yourself in the world. So you have to take that time and go to that dark place in your mind and discover who you are.
What if it's your family? Do you still walk away from your family?
You do if it's necessary. There's lots of different ways of walking away. Sometimes someone's on an incorrigible path. There's just nothing you can do. So if you're training to be a lifeguard, one of the things that you're trained to do is to approach someone who's drowning and panicking. And the way you approach them is you put your foot out between you and them, and you push forward with your hands with your foot out. And you basically tell them, if they're flailing about, say, look, I'm here to help, but you have to calm down. And then if they cling to you, like in panic, you push them away. You think, well, that's pretty damn cruel, because what if they drown? It's like, yeah, what if you both drown? That's like not helpful. You're there to rescue them. They take you down. You're both dead. It's like fail, right? So you say, look, quit panicking. I'll help you out, but I'm not drowning along with you.
You look to your left, and you look to your right, and you start to judge yourself off other people. Like, if you're a female, well, she's skinny and she doesn't work out as hard as I do, and everything starts to corrupt your mind. You start to look around too much at other people and what they're doing, and that starts to corrupt your own dialogue. We are judging ourselves against too many fucking people. You have to judge yourself against yourself. And that's the one thing I started learning, man. This isn't a race against me and Rich Roll. This is a race against David Goggins and David Goggins alone. And once you can silence all that bullshit, all the outside interference and things that are attracting your mind to everything, you can then start to grow in realizing, I'm stressed out for no reason. This is my own little race. This is my own timeline, and this is how I'm going to run it.
Sometimes, like, surgery is brutal, right? It's brutal, but
yeah, we're going to cut you open and we're going to rip out part of your body.
Yeah,
or whatever.
Right, exactly, precisely. Only making friends with people who want the best for you, that's a brutal chapter. It's right, unfortunately.
If you're running a boat and you're trying to move forward as fast as possible, you cannot have anchors holding you back. You have to cut those lines. That's the reality, right? And you got to replace those lines and those anchors with propellers. People who are loyal to who it is you're trying to become. People who are going to hold you to a high standard. People who are going to push you to be better. And every single great human surrounds themselves with people like that. Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, Dwayne Wade, who they surround themselves with? Other great players. They surrounded themselves with one of the greatest coaches of all time, and Tim Grover, personal development discipline coach who will call you on your shit no matter who the f*** you are. That's who you want to be around. Those are the people you want to surround yourself with, not Tommy and Bobby and f***ing Susie from the old neighborhood who aren't doing a motherfucking thing except drinking beers at 2 o'clock on a f***ing Saturday, watching football every f***ing week, while you're trying to take advantage of the time and the opportunity you have to become better.
you think you could go the other way and maybe become a bit cold if you don't care what anyone thinks? Your fiance, your kids, they're not the people around. Do you not care what they think?
See, that's the thing about it. You have to have an understanding of what not caring means. If your fiance and your kids don't believe in you, you can't care what they think. That means you chose the wrong support staff. So that's why a lot of people don't understand one another. Your support staff has to be like, if I want to go out and do whatever it is, my support staff is my fiance. If she's like, you know what, I don't think that you should be doing that. Why? So I can be open-minded. So why are you saying this? But if she's saying it because of her, that's not the right thing. Because I need backing to do what I'm going to do. Open-mindedness. I need support. And you got to be very clear thinking about all that stuff.
So there are two kinds of relationships. Sid Simon talks about this. Nourishing relationships and toxic relationships. Nourishing relationships are the relationships that inspire you. They motivate you. They bring the best out of you. Toxic relationships are relationships with people that always criticize you. All they can do is find fault. All they can do is just exploit your weaknesses. All they can do is remind you of the mistakes that you've made in the past. These people are bad for your health. Toxic people can run your blood pressure up. One apple can spoil a whole barrel. One negative energy drainer can spoil your whole life. I know people whose lives have been ruined because somebody wasn't good for them. See, there are some people that aren't good for you.
If you've got smart people around you and they're giving you good advice and you're not listening to it, can there become a point when you're just so blinkered sometimes that you don't listen to good advice from smart people?
You got to make sure they're smart. Yes. That's it. So that's why my circle's very small. So you don't want people in your corner that are like, oh, let me pat you on the back for what the f you do. I don't want people patting me on the back because I woke up in the morning. No. So you don't want that. You want people who are honest with you, who are going to tell you what the fuck is honest. Honest and truthful people. So someone who's honest and truthful, who has lived and is accountable for their own personal life, that's who you want in your corner. Say, hey man, you're pretty fucking dumb for doing this, dude. Like, this is not smart. Or you're being a turd today. You're not getting after it. That's who you want in your corner. So you don't want a lot of people, hand-pick people to be in their corner who kiss their fucking ass.
They aren't good for you. You've got to get them out of your life. See, a lot of people put up with a lot of foolishness because they don't want to die by themselves. Here's what I believe. I believe in a one-to-a-box theory.
I said on my Instagram today, you ever notice that the people who are out there screaming the loudest about what you should and shouldn't believe, what you should and shouldn't do, how you should and shouldn't live, are the people with total, disgusting dumpster fire of an fucking existence on this planet? They're the loudest ones. They are the loudest ones. The loudest ones are the people that don't have fucking shit going for them. So what should you do? Because we can't eliminate those people from our lives. We got social media. It's real simple. Block the fuck out of them and delete their fucking existence from your brain. You don't have to listen to that shit. You don't owe them anything. You don't owe them a response. You don't owe them anything. But who you do owe things to are the people who contribute to you, the people who show up for you, the people who help you make a better life. Those are the people that deserve your energy. Those are the people that deserve the responses to the comments they make.
So when you have a messed up foundation, I started lying about everything. I wanted people to like me. I wanted to be accepted in some society of life. I was like, man, this isn't the right way. I'm messed up here, I'm messed up here, I'm messed up everywhere. And so I realized the worst thing that happened to me is I lost myself. I never had myself. I never found myself. I had no self-esteem. So I knew through working out and through learning, because it took a lot for me to learn also, I started finding self-esteem. Once I found that, that's when doors started opening up. I stopped caring about people, that what they thought, being judged. Wow, if I say this, if I started right now, are you gonna make fun of me? I stopped caring about that. And that's when my life started really changing for me, slowly but surely.
A lot of people think loyalty is just about knowing someone for a long time. But the problem that usually happens with this is that as you grow, as you become more, as you work harder, they start to actually hold you back. And this is very dangerous and they put energy on you that isn't productive to who you want to become, right? They judge you for not going out on the weekends. They want you to go party all the time. They want you to go out and do things that aren't conducive to who it is you're trying to become. And guys, I got to tell you, that's not loyalty.
So you got to look at the people in your life and find out what kind of person are you becoming because of that relationship. My mother used to say, birds of a feather flock together. You run around with losers, you will end up a loser.